Hello everyone, and welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, hosted by your old friend Adrian. Happy Tuesday to you all. How are you doing today? I hope wherever you're watching from, whether it's sunny Nairobi, rainy London or cozy Toronto, you're doing well, feeling hopeful, and ready to celebrate a man whose name still echoes around the world with purpose, courage and compassion. Prince Harry. Today we're talking about something deeply moving, a story that touches on legacy, love, activism and yes, accountability. Prince Harry has returned to Angola, walking once again through a land still haunted by the scars of war, in a mission that beautifully echoes the footsteps of his late mother, Princess Diana. But this isn't just about history. This is about the present and the kind of leadership the world desperately needs right now. It's about someone who, despite being exiled by the very system he was born into, is still using his platform to serve others, not himself. And it's also about a bold power move, banning the UK media from covering his Angola trip and the chaotic, hilarious aftermath that followed. So buckle up, my friends. We're unpacking it all: Harry's humanitarian work, media hypocrisy, and why this trip is more than just a photo op. Let's dive in. To understand the significance of Prince Harry's trip to Angola, we have to revisit a defining moment in royal and humanitarian history. It was January 15th, 1997. Princess Diana walked through a cleared minefield in Huambo, Angola. Wearing protective gear and flanked by staff from the Halo Trust, she sent shockwaves across the world. This wasn't a gala or a diplomatic dinner, this was a princess in a war zone, and she wasn't there for a publicity stunt, she was there to save lives. Just weeks later, Diana would tragically die in a car crash. But that moment her walk through a minefield became a symbol of her legacy. The Landmine Ban Treaty, also known as the Ottawa Treaty, would be signed by over 160 countries. Diana didn't live to see it, but her advocacy moved mountains. Fast forward to 2013. Prince Harry first began working with the Halo Trust in Mozambique and Angola, lending support quietly without cameras, but it was in 2019, during his royal tour of southern Africa with Meghan, that he publicly retraced his mother's steps in Huambo. Photos from that trip show Harry walking through the same area, now cleared of mines and transformed into a bustling community. Schools, markets and parks now stand where death once lurked beneath the soil. It was a profound moment. You could see the emotion on his face. He wasn't just honouring Diana's legacy, he was continuing it. And now in 2025, he's back in Angola again. But this time, Harry came on his own terms. No Buckingham Palace schedule, no royal photographers, just purpose. On July 15th, Prince Harry met with President João Lourenço of Angola. According to an official translated government post, Prince Harry, referred to by his full name, Prince Harry Charles Albert David, Duke of Sussex, was received at the presidential palace in Luanda. The reason? To strengthen the work his institution is doing on the ground, demining, rebuilding, healing. It's noble work, and it's not the first time Harry and President Lourenço have met. They previously met during his 2019 tour, so this reunion wasn't just diplomatic, it was personal. What's more, the warmth of the photos and tone of the official release tells you everything you need to know. Harry was not just tolerated. He was welcomed, celebrated, respected. Angolan media outlets went further, describing him as a global friend to the people of Angola. And honestly, that title fits better than any dusty royal designation. Harry didn't come with a crown, he came with commitment. And can we just appreciate the visual? Harry, in a sharply tailored navy suit, smiling confidently beside President Lourenço. It wasn't forced, it wasn't scripted, it was dignified, warm and powerful. This is what modern diplomacy should look like. Now let's talk about the most deliciously bold part of this trip. Prince Harry banned the UK media from covering it. Yes, you heard right. No Daily Mail, no Express, no Times, not even the BBC. This move isn't just symbolic, it's strategic. And let me tell you, it's driving them mad. After years of being hounded, gaslit and twisted into caricatures by the British press, Harry drew a line. He refused to allow them access to a humanitarian mission that deserves dignity, not tabloid sensationalism. You see, whenever the UK media covers Harry and Meghan, they don't report, they distort. They turn compassion into PR, they turn charity into conflict, they take the spotlight off landmine survivors and shine it back on royal drama, and Harry said, "Not this time." By shutting them out, he controlled the narrative. He ensured the focus stayed on the mission, on Angola, on Halo Trust, and on the lives being saved, not on clickbait headlines. But oh, how the media tried to sneak in anyway. Chris Ship of ITV tweeted breathlessly about Harry being pictured in Angola, returning to the country where his mother famously walked near landmines. Richard Palmer posted about the meeting with President Lourenço. Suddenly, all these so-called royal reporters wanted a piece of the story even though they weren't invited. The irony, they complained about not having access, and then covered it anyway. That's the power of Harry. Even when they hate him, they need him. And that, my friends, is delicious karma. Let's turn to what really matters, the people's reaction. Across social media, Harry was showered with praise. Here are just a few powerful messages from supporters. "I admire Prince Harry for honouring his mother's legacy and for sticking to causes that matter. He doesn't chase fame, he chases justice. Keep going, Harry. You're doing the work that governments should be doing. Diana would be so proud." When others hide behind palace walls, Harry walks through minefields. That says it all. You see, people aren't fooled by tabloid smear campaigns. They see Harry for who he is: a humanitarian, a leader, and yes, a global statesman. Multiple commenters used that exact phrase: not former royal, not celebrity, not spare, but global statesman. One person summed it up perfectly. "Harry doesn't need a throne. His work gives him all the legitimacy he needs." Another said, "While the others host garden parties, Harry walks the walk, literally. He's in the field, not the palace." Exactly. This is what service looks like. And the public? They know it. Let's go back to the British media's reaction for a second, because the numbers tell a fascinating story. Chris Ship's tweet about Harry received 13,000 engagements in just 1 hour. Meanwhile, his post about William and Kate attending a state banquet posted a week earlier barely scraped 26,000 views. That's not even double the reach after 7 times the exposure. Translation: Harry is the headline. Still, always, even without palace backing, even without media coordination, even while being smeared. He pulls global attention in a way that the remaining royals simply do not. Why? Because Harry has authenticity. He's not propped up by archaic tradition or stiff protocol. He's walking through real communities, shaking real hands, doing real work. That kind of connection can't be manufactured. It's something the monarchy and the tabloids still don't understand. They think controlling optics means controlling influence. But Harry proves that impact is what people care about. And ironically, the harder they try to erase him, the bigger his presence becomes. He's not just surviving, he's thriving, without their permission. One of the most powerful aspects of this entire Angola trip is how quiet it was. There were no Netflix cameras, no Archwell press blitz, no fashion influencers tagging along. Just Harry, working. And yet this trip went viral. That's what quiet leadership looks like. The impact didn't come from glossy PR, it came from sincerity. Harry doesn't perform activism, he lives it. Whether it's working with veterans, launching Invictus Games, advocating for mental health, or walking minefields in Africa, Harry keeps showing us that leadership isn't about applause, it's about action. And every time he steps into these roles without ceremony, without entitlement, he redefines what royalty should be. What does all of this mean in the bigger picture? It means that Harry has successfully carved out a new model of royal relevance, one that isn't dependent on Buckingham Palace. It means that legacy can outlast lineage. It means that real public service doesn't require a throne. It also means that the media's grip on royal narratives is slipping. Harry and Meghan don't need them. They have their own platforms, their own audiences, their own missions, and people are listening. The royals chose to exile their most globally connected couple. And what have they gained in their absence? PR disasters, dwindling engagement, and increasing irrelevance. Meanwhile, Harry is meeting presidents, changing lives, and creating global goodwill. And the media? They're left stalking Twitter feeds, desperate for scraps. So, as we wrap up today's episode of Meghan and Harry Tales, I hope this story left you feeling inspired. Prince Harry didn't have to go back to Angola. He didn't have to meet with the president, he didn't have to walk that path again, but he did all to honour his mother, support a noble cause, and shine a light where others wouldn't dare to look. He did it quietly, he did it boldly, and he did it without the circus of the UK media. That is what leadership looks like, so let's wish Prince Harry all the best in his ongoing journey. Let's thank him for showing us that service, when rooted in compassion, knows no borders. And let's keep holding space for more stories like this, stories where legacy and love come together to make a difference. Thank you for spending your time with me today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode of Meghan and Harry Tales. Until next time, I'm Adrian, your loyal narrator. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye for now.